Good morning. Welcome back to Daytime at 9. It's a topic we cover regularly here on the show, and it's not fun or easy to talk about. However, if you or someone you love is battling an addiction, it's crucial to know not only what to do, but where to go for help. And that is where Greg Hanley, Alex Rahici, and Daniel Baldwin with Soba Recovery come in. And they're back.
Morning.
Morning.
I'm like, where's the guys? And they're back.
We're here.
Hey!
Daniel's back.
Listen, I know, and I was getting to it. Daniel, we missed you last month. You weren't here, but you were a little bit busy.
I was in the Celebrity Big Brother house in London, and it was absolutely terrifying.
You're so happy to be back.
I'm so happy to be out of there. Yeah, for sure.
Well, America's glad that you're back too. We're glad that you made it back. We did miss you last month. It's not the same when you're not here.
I missed you guys too.
So while you were gone, you sent us a video.
Mm-hmm.
You sent us a clip, and you were just talking about some of the things that were happening overseas. You talked about the cocaine use in the UK and just how it's scary. It's everywhere.
Well, it seems like the chain that I learned from Greg and Soba is worldwide. It's a worldwide epidemic. You know, they start on these painkillers and these opiate-based drugs, and it moves from there. So it's everywhere.
Well, we're glad you're back. It's good to have you. And I want to talk, because we always start off talking about some of the articles from your latest publication, Recovery Today. And of course, we read them on the regular. And we have some favorites, and I want to kind of talk about some of the topics that you touched on in your latest monthly issue. So first up, there was an interview with Myra, and she was talking about the fact that so many people hit rock bottom. But do you have to hit rock bottom before you go into treatment? Because you do hear that a lot, and for people who don't know as much about it, they assume you got to hit that point before you're actually ready for recovery. Is that true?
No. Which is my opinion. There's a lot of people that say that let them hit rock bottom, and then they're at a funeral.
I was going to say it could be that kind of rock bottom. Though.
And then they have a saying that rock bottom is wherever you quit digging. So you don't have to, and especially these days, we get a lot of young people in that they don't know any rock bottom, or they don't have any concept of how much trouble they're in. And just showing them how to get a good life, they start having a good life. So, you know, rock bottom is just wherever you stop. Mm-hmm. And hopefully people don't have to go through the bad part of getting in trouble with the law or having health issues that can't be fixed or those kind of things. If you can sidetrack rock bottom to where it is just a simple thing we were talking about this morning, that if you're finding that drugs and alcohol are consistently interfering with you having a good life, that's rock bottom enough. Mm-hmm. You don't need to lose everything or get in trouble. So that's just my opinion on it.
I just got to say, because I saw the picture of Recovery Today with Myra on it. How amazing does she look? And she has over a year now. So
well, if there was ever that affected me a lot this morning too. I opened it up. I saw on Facebook Myra had posted it. You know, and besides my own recovery and how Soba played such a huge role in that, I look at this woman as somebody who, Alex is a producer and Greg brought me into a film, and the journey this girl has gone on from, you know, how bad it was to casting her in Wisdom, you know, because I knew she had it deep inside her, and then watching her now is just
she's
amazing.
The best.
Yeah, the first film that we were doing with her, she was playing somebody who was a drunk. Her name on the movie was Anna Alki.
Wow.
And she was drunk. Second movie was Wisdom, a girl getting, you know, clean.
I remember, right.
And now she's on the cover.
I got to write something that she's a counselor in now.
Yeah!
Yeah, we would bump into each other at film festivals, and I'd give her a card. And she did Machete with Danny Trejo.
Oh, okay.
And Danny, I met him one time, and I told him that I knew Myra, and he said he was worried about her. So it gave me kind of an opening with her to just mention on a street corner in New York when it was party, it was kind of going,
by the way,
hey Myra, Danny said hi, and here's my card. And then through Daniel and the relationship that went on,
finally,
one day she just decided she was tired of it and came in and she is spectacular, really spectacular.
Yeah, she's a beautiful,
Good
beautiful
job,
lady. I've met her. I've met her.
Good job,
It was almost a couple years ago,
Yeah.
right? That she was on the show. So yeah, just a lovely, lovely, lovely woman, and we're very happy that she's doing so well. Okay, another article was from one of your authors, a blogger on intherooms.com. And he was focusing on how emotional struggles with anger, depression, and shame factor into addiction and recovery. So where do those factor in? I know we talk about depression a lot and how it's just a vicious cycle when it comes to drug abuse or alcohol abuse and depression. Because then you get to a point where you don't know what's causing the depression.
Well, those
right?
are the underlying issues.
Yeah.
So in a 12-step program, you have a part of it where you're doing inventory and you're kind of getting rid of things that are bugging you. Right. And historically, in treatment, they had dual diagnosis, which means I had a drug problem, and then they got rid of the drugs or alcohol, and then I found out I had anxiety or depression. Most of the people, by the time they come into recovery, they're carrying around a lot of stuff. They have a lot of wreckage. And so they've got to unload it. And I discovered for myself, I didn't have room in my heart for peace and happiness when it was full of resentment, and it was full of fear, and it was full of
anger and all sorts.
Yeah, and guilt and shame. And so the process of going through and making amends for things that you need to, and identifying these problems is really how people in recovery get to have a good life. Otherwise, they have what's called dry, and that's just people who aren't drinking or using, and they're just angry.
You're not dealing
Dry
with the
people are
underlying
the worst.
issues.
Yeah, they're the worst.
Well, the ironic,
Well, I wouldn't imagine they'd be a whole lot of fun just to hang out with. You know?
Yeah.
well, the ironic thing is that if your underlying problem has a depression core, and then you drink alcohol, which is a depressant,
Right.
you're trying to put a fire out with gasoline. You know, I mean, it's just a
true.
terrible cycle.
It's true. It's true. And then the final article I wanted to talk about was the power of negative thinking when you are in recovery. So how important is it, A, to be positive, but I would imagine that's probably difficult for people. You're not feeling real good.
Of time,
yeah.
yeah.
But
Well,
how important is it?
Well, it's totally important. And if you're talking about from the outside, people that are dealing with people that have drug or alcohol problems, whether they're sober or not sober, and I think just in life in general, it's just better to, my purpose in life is to give confidence, and so you don't give confidence negatively, and people in recovery, they already feel that they're, most of it, when I came in,
judged, looking down on
Very
them.
low
I felt like
self-esteem.
I had no value, and that everybody would be better off without me, and I found out that that wasn't the truth, and positive reinforcement is how you get better from this.
All right, gentlemen. Well, we are going to actually answer some viewer questions in just a bit. So don't go anywhere. We will be right back with Soba Recovery.